Hello student, today we are going to start our new chapter that is a truly beautiful mind is a biography of Albert Einstein. He was a great scientist. The title of the chapter, A Truly Beautiful Mind, refers to Albert Einstein. So, in this chapter, some of his quality has been highlighted, his interest in mathematics and physics, and also the contribution towards human being. All right. So, the title, A Truly Beautiful Mind, makes one wonder that how can a scientist's mind be beautiful? It is because in this lesson we come across another aspect of Einstein, that he was humanitarian. Okay, he advocated world peace, non-violence, and that is why the title refers to him as a truly beautiful mind. A truly beautiful mind. Albert Einstein was born on 14th March 1879 in the German city of Ulm, without any indication that he was destined for greatness. Albert Einstein was born on 14 March 1879. So he was born in the city named Ulm in Germany. When he was a child, no one could predict that one day he would become a great scientist. Okay, so he was like all other children. On the contrary, his mother thought Albert was a freak. Okay, so Albert mother thought that the little boy was a freak because he did not behave or look like a normal people did. Because freak means a person who is unusual. Okay, so he was different from other children of his age. So he behaved abnormally. So, and that's why his mother thought he was a freak. To her, his head seems much too large. है अनि अर्को चाहिँ for उसको her mother to Albert's mother thought that the little boy's head was too big in comparison to other children. At the age of two and a half, Einstein still wasn't talking. So Albert Einstein started talking only when he was 2.5 years old. When he finally did learn to speak, he uttered, behave, look, or think everything twice. So finally, when Einstein started speaking, he used to repeat the words. Right? Uttered भनेको is spoke. Okay. So Einstein did not know what to do like other children, and his playmate called him boring brother. So he doesn't know what to do or what to play with other children. Alright, so all his classmates used to call him boring brother. So the youngster play by himself much of the time. So most of the time, Einstein used to play by himself. He especially loved mechanical toys. So he loved mechanical toys. Mechanical toys भनेको बुझ्छ. So any toys that is मेसिनले चल्ने कुनै पनि टोइजलाई चाहिँ we call it mechanical toys. Alright. So looking at his newborn sister Maja, he is said to have said fine, but where are her wheels? So when her sister Maja was born, है अनि he did not maybe he could not see Maja's leg, उसको बहिनीको खुट्टा देखेन होला. So त्यति बेला चाहिँ अब he was so into the mechanical things कि उसले त्यति बेला एउटा प्रश्न सोधेछ. उसले चाहिँ के भनेछ भन्दा चाहिँ ओके ठिकै छ, Maja has been born, तर उसको चक्का चाहिँ कहाँ छ? Okay, so he thought that Maja should have a wheel instead of leg. All right. A headmaster once told his father that what Einstein chose as a profession wouldn't matter because he will never make a success at anything. So the headmaster of Einstein told his father that Einstein would never be successful in whatever profession he chose. Okay, so profession means a paid occupation. Einstein began learning to play the violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to. He later became a gifted amateur violinist, maintaining this skill throughout his life. So Einstein was very good at playing violin. So he learned playing violin at the age of 6 because his mother wanted him to learn how to play it. So all the life he was an amateur, right? Amateur, doing something for personal enjoyment rather than profession. Okay, so he played violin throughout his life. All right. But Albert Einstein was not a bad pupil. He went to high school in Munich, where Einstein's family had moved when he was 15 months old and scored good marks in almost every subject. So Albert Einstein was a very good student. All right? Pupil means student. He went to school in Munich because his family moved from Ulm to Munich, where he was 15 months old. Right? And he scored very good marks in almost every subject. Einstein hated the school regimentation and often clashed with his teacher. So regimentation means order or discipline. Alright, so the school where Einstein went had a very strict discipline, which he disliked. And due to that, he often clashes with his teacher's opinion and opposes them. So at the age of 15, Einstein felt so stifled there that he left the school for good. Okay, so stifled means unable to breathe or suffocate. So there's Einstein was so suffocated in that school, so he could not follow the strict discipline. And his school left for he left school forever. Okay. The previous year, Albert's parents had moved to Milan and left their son with relatives. So when Albert Einstein left the school, 1 year before that, his parents had moved to another city. So Milan, which is in Italy. Okay, so Albert was left behind in Munich with his relative. After prolonged discussion, Einstein got his wish to continue his education in German-speaking Switzerland in the city which was more liberal than Munich. Okay, prolonged means long, extended duration. लामो है अनि liberal भनेको willing to understand and respect other opinion. So the school in the Munich was very strict. Right? Albert could not follow the discipline over there, so he had left that school. So after very long discussion with his family, his parents agreed to put him in the school in Switzerland, and the language which there for the communication was German. Okay, and that university or that school was very liberal than Munich. All right. Einstein was highly gifted in mathematics and interested in physics, and after finishing school, he decided to study at the university in Zurich. So, and Einstein was very gifted in mathematics. Okay, so he was exceptionally good in mathematics, and also he had interest in physics. So, after finishing school, he decided to join the university in Zurich. But science wasn't the only thing that appealed to the dashing young man with a walrus mustache. Okay, so science was not only the thing that appealed attract Einstein. Other than science, he had interest in something else. Okay, so dashing means attractive, adventure, and full of confidence. Ani walrus actually walrus is an animal. So walrus mustache this kind of mustache, let's say we call it walrus mustache. He also felt a special interest in a fellow student, Meliva Merrick, whom he found to be a clever creator. So rather than science, he was attracted towards other thing, and the other thing was his fellow student, and her name was Meliva Merrick. So he found her to be very clever, sharp, and intelligent. This young Serb has come to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few in Europe where women could get degree. So she belonged to Serbia. That's why she is called Serb. Okay, so she came from Serbia to Switzerland because the university in Zurich was one of the few university in Europe which gave degree to female students. Einstein saw in her an ally against the Philistines, those people in his family and at the university with whom he was constantly at odds. Philistines a word used for disapprovingly to talk about people who do not like art, literature, music. Just like art, literature, music, man पर्दैन उनीहरूलाई Philistines भनिन्छ. That means Einstein felt that Meliva was a friend LA भन्दैछ LA means fan because she also liked art, literature and music and both share this common interest in those days. Having interest in art, literature, music was not considered to be good है त्यो समयमा अब जसले आर्ट्स म्युजिकहरूलाई चाहिँ राम्रो भन्थेन. Okay, so those people who were interested in arts, literature, music used to call their opponent है जसलाई मन पर्दैन opponentsलाई चाहिँ फिलिस्टाइन्स भन्थ्यो है. अनि त्यो फिलिस्टाइन्सहरू को थियो भन्दा चाहिँ एल्बर्ट आइन्स्टाइन family and many people in the university were not favor of this. They were opposed to art and music भनौँ न. Okay, so against such people, Albert Einstein and Mileva Marvick's unity, they were together, they were friends, their unity helped them to face the situation. The couple fell in love, letters survive in which they put their affection into words, mixing science with tenderness, wrote Einstein, how happy and proud I shall be when we both have brought our work on relativity to the victorious conclusion. So Albert Einstein and Mileva Marvick fell in love and they exchanged love letter to express their feelings. They used to write such kind of letter where they used to mix science with their feelings. So at one stance, Einstein wrote, how happy and proud I shall be when we both have brought our work on relativity to a victorious conclusion. Yes, Einstein is talking about his scientific invention and said that he will be very proud on that day when they would finally conclude the paper on the theory of relativity. In 1900, at the age of 21, Albert Einstein was a university graduate and unemployed. So in the year 1900, Albert Einstein was 21 years of age and he completed his graduation from the university, but he was unemployed. He worked as a teaching assistant, gave private lesson, and finally secured a job in 1902 as a technical expert in the patent office in Bern. While he was supposed to be assessing the other invention, Einstein was actually developing his own ideas in secret. Okay, so from 1900 to 1902. He was working as a teaching assistant and gave private lesson also. Okay, so finally in 1902 he got a job in Bern. Bern is a city in Germany. So he got a job as a technical officer in the patent city of Bern. Patent means a document which gives a right of the invention to the inventor. Okay, so यहाँ यो अफिसमा चाहिँ he was working he got a job as a technical expert. So while he was supposed to assess other people's invention done by invention. On the other hand, he was secretly making his own invention too. Okay, Einstein was actually developing his he is said to have jokingly called his desk drawer at work the Bureau of Theoretical Physics. So Einstein later said that the desk on which he worked was the Office of Theoretical Physics because there only started working on his invention. One of the famous paper of 1905 was Einstein's special theory of relativity, according to which time and distance are not absolute. So in the year 1905, Einstein published his first paper. It was about special theory of relativity. So in this publication, it was written that the measurement of time and distance is not absolute. Absolute measure in itself or not in relation to anything else. Okay, it depends on something else. Alright. Indeed, two perfectly accurate clock will not continue to show the same time if they come together again after the journey. If one of them has to be moving very fast relative to the other. Right? From this followed the world famous formula which describes the relationship between mass and energy. E equals to mc squared. So according to the theory, if there are two clocks and both are moving Okay, they will not show the same time. So one clock will move faster than other. Okay, so this theory of relativity gave us the basic formula of physics, that is E equals to mcu. So the Manimoni, you can see what it is. E equals to mc2. While Einstein was solving the most difficult problems in physics, his private life was unraveling. Okay, so though he was solving the complicated problems in physics of the world, his personal life started to become problematic. अथवा started to fail in his personal life. Unraveling भनेको started to fail है, जुन रिलेसनसिप छ मेलिबासँग त्यो रिलेसनसिप चाहिँ भत्किँदै गयो भन्दैछ. Albert wanted to marry Meliba right after finishing his studies, but his mother was against it. She thought Meliba, who was 3 years older than her son, was too old for him. So Albert Einstein wanted to marry Meliba Marvik soon after he finished his study, but his mother, whose name was Pauline Einstein, was against this. So Pauline thought, his mother thought that Meliba Marvik was 3 years elder to Einstein and was very old for him. She was also bothered by Meliba's intelligence. She is a book like you, his mother said. Einstein put the wedding off. And not only that, not only Meliba was older than Einstein, she was also bothered by Meliba's intelligence. To be a wife, as she told to Einstein that Meliba was also like a book, as similar, equally intelligent like him, right? And as his mother was against this marriage, so Einstein cancelled the wedding with Meliba. The pair finally married in January 1903 and they had two sons. Right? One Maya गरेको हैन. So finally उनीहरू 1903 मा जनवरीको महिनामा they got married अनि बादमा उनीहरूको गएर they had a two son. But a few years later the marriage flattered भनेको to become weak. अनि जब एक दुई वर्ष बित्दै गयो बादमा वर्ष बितेपछि that marriage was flattered, or that marriage then bonding so that became weak. Meliba meanwhile was losing her intellectual ambition and becoming an unhappy housewife. Okay, so as Meliba Marvik was also very intelligent, right? But being a housewife, she could not cope with her ambition. Okay, so she could not fulfill her ambition, and so she started becoming unhappy. After years of constant fighting, the couple finally divorced in 1919. So after constant fighting, both of them finally divorced in 1919. Einstein married his cousin Elsa the same year. So as soon as they got divorced, 23 साल चाहिँ Einstein married to his cousin Elsa. Alright. Einstein's new personal chapter coincided with his rise to world fame. So at the time as Einstein married Elsa, another thing coincided, that was Einstein rise to the world fame. अथवा Einstein became very famous. In 1915, he had published his general theory of relativity, which provide a new interpretation of gravity. So what happened on that day? In 1915, he published one more paper which was based on general theory of relativity, which gave a new interpretation to the gravity. An eclipse of the sun in 1919 brought proof that it was accurate. So in the year 1919, there was a solar eclipse which proved that Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity was accurate. It's एकदम correct हो भनेर त्यति बेला के भयो proof भयो भन्दैछ. Einstein had correctly calculated in advance the extent to which the light from fixed stars would be deflected through the sun's gravitational field. The newspapers proclaimed his work as a scientific revolution. So Albert Einstein has calculated in the year 1950 that in the year 1915 मा उले के गरेको थियो, he had calculated that in 1919 मा चाहिँ there will be a solar eclipse. Due to it, the apparent position of star would change to some extent. some extent भन्दैछ so his calculation was accurate त्यो calculation एकदमै accurate थियो so it was announced that Einstein work was a scientific revolution so Einstein received the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921 so in 1921 he received the Nobel Prize award for physics so Nobel Prize award is based on the will of famous Swedish scientist जसको नाम चाहिँ के थियो Alfred Nobel right? It was established in 1985 and the first Nobel Prize was given in the year 1901 and in 1921 मा चाहिँ Einstein received that Nobel Prize for Physics. He was showered with honors and invitation from all over the world and landed by the press. So he was honored and was invited to various places all over the world. Even the press praised him. All right. When the Nazi came to power in Germany in 1933, Einstein immigrated to the United States. Immigrated means to leave one's own country in order to settle permanently in another country. आफ्नो देशलाई छोडेर अर्को देशमा permanently बसोबासो गर्नलाई चाहिँ immigrated भन्छ. So in 1933, when Germany came under the power of Nazi under Adolf Hitler, Einstein left Germany and shifted to United States of America forever. 5 years later, the discovery of nuclear fission in Berlin had American physicists in an uproar, right? An uproar, very upset. So 5 years later, after 5 years, the Germany discovered the process of nuclear fission. Nuclear fission, the process through which neutral bombs or atomic bombs are made. Okay, so due to the discovery of nuclear fission in Germany, the physicist, the student the student of physics the master of physics जति फिजिकिस्टहरु छ उनीहरुमा चाहिँ उदाहरण चाहिँ एकदमै के भयो they became very upset because उनीहरुलाई चाहिँ they feared कि they might misuse the technology. Okay, so many of them had fled from fascism just as Einstein had, and now they were afraid that Nazi could build and use an atomic bomb. So there were many scientists in Germany who escaped to America because of fascism. I mean, fascism is a dictatorial concept of Italy by the ruler Benito Mussolini. जस्तै एडोल्फ हिटलरले जर्मनीमा नाजिजम ल्यायो त्यसरी नै बेनिटो मुसोलिनी भन्ने व्यक्तिले इटलीमा फासिजम त्यही समयमै फासिजम ल्यायो. Okay, so all the scientists were afraid at that the Nazi could misuse the atomic bomb. उनीहरुले atomic bomb बनाएर चाहिँ अब उनीहरुले चाहिँ के गर्छ पड्काउँछ भनेर उनीहरुलाई डरबाट they left Germany. Alright. At the urging of a colleague, Einstein wrote a letter to the American President Franklin D. Roosevelt on 2nd August 1939, in which he warned a single bomb of this type exploded in a pot might very well destroy the whole pot together with some of the surrounding territory. So Albert Einstein was requested by his colleagues. So he was requested by his colleagues. So Einstein wrote a letter to American President Franklin D. Roosevelt on 2nd August 1931, in which he said that a single bomb of this type, if exploded into a pot, might very well destroy the whole pot together with some of the surrounding territory. यो bomb चाहिँ झर्यो भने not only the pot तर त्यसको वरिपरि पनि वरिपरिको जुन जग्गा छ त्यहाँ पनि इफेक्ट गर्छ भन्दैछ. His words did not fail to have an effect. यो लाइनले if you see the line, his word did not fail to have an effect. है भन्नु मतलब चाहिँ आइन्स्टाइनको जुन वर्ड छ लेटर छ it had an impact on Franklin D. Roosevelt. रुजवेल्टलाई त्यो कुरा जब उले चिठी पढ्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यसको इम्प्याक्ट भयो भन्दैछ किनभने the American developed the atomic bomb in secret project of their own. जब रुजवेल्ट फाउन्ड चिठी पाएपछि सो उले जब चिठी पाए when he received the letter, so he knew the impact of atomic bomb. So the American developed an atomic bomb in a secret project of their own and dropped it in the Japanese city of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1941. 1945 अगस्त 1945 जब पर्ल हार्बरको बम्बार्डिङ बादमा अमेरिकाले जापानको दुईटा सिटी हिरोसिमा एन्ड नागासाकीमा एटमिक बम चाहिँ छोड्यो. Alright. Einstein was deeply shaken by the extent of destruction. जुन नागासाकी र हिरोसिमामा जुन बम पड्क्यो अनि त्यो बमले जुन डिस्ट्रक्सन ल्यायो त्यो डिस्ट्रक्सनले चाहिँ उसलाई भित्रबाट ऊ के भन्दैछ हल्यो भन्दैछ. दिस टाइम हि रोट अ पब्लिक म्यासेज टु युनाइटेड नेसन. अनि नाउ चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ उसले चाहिँ अब चाहिँ हि रोट अ अफिसियल लेटर टु युनाइटेड नेसन इन द प्रपोज अफ फर्मेसन अफ वर्ल्ड गभर्मेन्ट. है वर्ल्ड गभर्मेन्ट बनाउनुपर्छ भनेर प्रपोज गर्दै एउटा अफिसियल चिठी बनायो. अनलाइक द लेटर टु रुजवेल्ट दिस वान मेड नो इम्प्याक्ट. है अगाडि रुजवेल्टलाई पठाउँदा त्यसले त्यो चिठीले इफेक्ट गरेको थियो तर यसले चाहिँ केही इम्प्याक्ट गरेन भन्दैछ. बट ओभर द नेक्स्ट डिकेड आइन्स्टाइन गट एभर मोर इन्भल्भ इन पोलिटिक्स, agitating for an end to the arms buildup and using his popularity to campaign for peace and democracy. So, for another 10 years, right? Another 10, but over the next decade, right? One decade has a 10 years. So, for another 10 years, Albert Einstein was involved in world peace. So, he was involved in politics, and his agenda was to stop country involving in collection of arms and ammunition. Okay, so collecting arms and ammunition and developing weapons, right? And he campaigned for world peace and democracy. His main agenda was world peace. उसको main agenda के थियो? World peace and freedom of people. है अनि त्यसको लागि चाहिँ he used his popularity. When Einstein died in 1955 at the age of 76, he was celebrated as a visionary and a world citizen as much as a scientific genius. Right? So Einstein could foresee the future. So when he died in 1955 at the age of 76, the world celebrated him as a visionary. A visionary, a person who can think about the future in an original and intelligent way. And he was a world citizen and a scientific genius too. Alright. So we have finished our lesson. So there are some your textbook exercise. Kindly do this exercise and kindly send me in my personal WhatsApp. No, you do have all the exercise and send garnu. Alright, then I will start our new lesson. So till then, take care. So maintain social distance and keep yourself clean. And without any reason, don't come out of your house. Okay, so till then, take care.